Welcome to the Dance Party 247 podcast. We've got myself, DJ Envy, DJ T, and DJ Ronnie. Today we're going to be talking about DJ pools, which is basically where DJs go to download their MP3s instead of going out and buying old school vinyl. Myself, I use a company called Zip DJ. DJ T, you use who?
I've used quite a few, but the current one I've got is Masspool.
And DJ Wongy, who do you use?
I'm yet to get on the bandwagon with that one.
Okay, so I use a company called Zip DJ, as I just said. They're an American-based company. They do 3 different styles of package. You can get, I think it's $20, and you get 20 downloads a month, or $25, you get 50 downloads a month, or something along them lines. Don't quote me on this, guys, because, you know, it's easy to forget. I currently have the $50 a month, which is about 35 UK pounds, and that gives you unlimited downloads. And they do everything from house, garage. They even do country music. They do just vocals. They do all sorts of things.
So it's very multi-genre then.
Well, yeah, they do country music, so it is very very diverse. Without them, pretty much a digital DJ probably wouldn't exist, I would have thought, simply and purely because it would cost a fortune to go out and buy your music on CD, I suppose, because that's what you'd have to do. Yes, no?
One of the biggest advantages of a DJ pool is you get exclusive upfront tracks before they are released to the general public, and exclusive mixes as well. So in terms of the promo side of it, that obviously record companies like to go and use these digital or download sites as they are to DJ pools to promote their specific music. And from our point of view, is you buy an old school vinyl and a track, it costs a fortune to buy and play a lot of the tracks nowadays. Is where you can have basically for $20, $30, $40 or pounds, whatever you are in the world, you can have access to almost a limited number of tunes from that service, and you can download them and play several mixes for very little money per track.
I mean, a good example is I've been playing a lot of mainstream dance lately, and on an average each week they're releasing like 2,000 tracks a week. Every week there's like 2,000 new tracks. It might be a remix of an old track, but they're new. So every week I could sit there and download 2,000 tracks every week for 35 quid. I mean, you can't you can't beat that, can you?
Well, you can't go anywhere and get that, could you?
No, I mean, so what DJ pool is DJ Wongy going to be downloading from? I'm very curious because you're not yet a member of any DJ pool at all.
Not yet, no.
So where are you going to go?
What, as in, like, which company?
Which service you're going to use, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean like where you're going to go out for a walk or nothing like that.
Well, I'll probably use the same ones, probably what you've got. I haven't done my homework on it yet, and I haven't like really researched it yet. So, but I mean, for £35 a month, which gives you up to 2,000 tracks, every week.
It doesn't give you up to 2,000 tracks a week. It gives you. Last week they released 1,359 tracks, which were new tracks. So they've been remixed or
okay.
Or they're brand new.
Okay, so
on top of that, you've probably got another 20, 30, 40,000 tracks you could potentially download.
Yeah, but what I was saying is, as in for fresh, it's like something new, fresh every week. Like where can you spend £35 and get something so fresh in a shop, in any shop?
Well, no, you can't. I mean, obviously, sort of a DJ, I suppose. okay, I guess it's a little bit ego driven that you want to have a bit more exclusivity in terms of the tracks that you have that you would. Especially when I have played out, who actually hear that when you played out, who has actually played and always gone to, unless it's a cracking original and it's just better than the remixes available. Who's gone and played the original, or have you gone and played a remix out of choice? I always play the remix every time.
Generally, the remixes tend to be a little bit not better, but more current.
Well, if you got a dance crowd, obviously they might be more dance orientated, yeah. So then you'd pick that. I mean, obviously not when you're doing a wake, and I've DJ'd a wake before today. Don't take you down that route. You have to really watch what songs you're going to play. But typically you have more
loads of songs just come bombarded to the front of my head.
The songs you're not to play.
Things that you shouldn't play.
You should play. I'm talking about when you're doing weddings, and I've done a funeral. A lot of wedding songs are breakup songs, and the people just do not understand or listen to what the song's really about. But really more so from my point of view is I'm really, really cautious to what songs I'd put on. Obviously low key or no dance or anything like that kind of stuff. But yeah, you are on tippy toes, on eggshells when you're doing that kind of stuff. But there's multi-genres is you get Christian music, you get all sorts of music. So I would say I've been a member of several different DJ pools over the years, and a couple at any one time, and not one actually fits the requirement that I need across the board, across everything. So it might be the moment if I'm doing streaming, so one will cover probably Envy's one would Zip DJ will probably cover everything that I'm wanting to do right now. But if I'm going to go down and route the mainstream,
they do everything from proper underground stuff to country and western music.
If I was going to do a mobile situation, would I be able to get the indie track that's number one on the charts?
Yes.
Okay. Do they do a UK chart? Do they? That
is why it's so bloody expensive, isn't it? Because they literally cover everything, mate. Because I remember you said to me about Zip, and I said I'd seen it on Facebook, didn't I? And you did say it was a lot of money.
I said to you that it's probably the best, and therefore that's why it is that amount of money. I said that the one that I use is basically it has Beatport, and it just categorizes Beatport stuff in one kind of category for me. So that's why I like that, so I can get into the Beatport top 100 and all that kind of stuff.
Because a lot of people use Beatport though, don't they?
Beatport's fantastic. Very, 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 very expensive because they don't do a package like a lot of these other places do. Because Beatport's not really a DJ pool as such. It's a little bit different, isn't it?
But is it like a music library? And then it's just you log onto it, and then you can just stream straight from it.
Yes, you can do that as well.
You can now, and you can do that through your Prime 4. You can pay £14.
You never own.
Yeah, you don't. You don't
own the music.
Depends which package you buy. The cheapest one's about 14. I think it's in pounds. Quote me if I'm wrong. $3, but I think it's pounds. I think it's pounds. 14 quid will get you to stream all the tracks currently on Beatport through your Prime 4.
Yeah.
The next level is like 19 quid, which means you get 20 tracks you can download and keep, something like that. And the next one is about 35 quid, which you get 80 tracks a month, which again you can download and keep, as well as streaming all the tracks that are on there. So you get a little bit of both. Trying to make it more competitive, so you do feel like you're getting a little bit more value for money rather than just being able to stream.
We can go and download. We can go on there and download 80 tracks.
I'll tell you the difference. Space. If you're working DJ, you want to own the track, so you can take it out. It's yours forever. You can go and do you can do parties, you can do clubs, you can do bars, you can do all sorts of with it with the same track. You play at a birthday party, you play in a club. You can use that track, and it'll earn its money back. If you're streaming,
so I mean, at the end of the day, so with DJ Paul and Beat Paul for £35, you're better off DJ Paul because like for what you can get.
Yeah, of course.
And
but it depends. It depends what you're looking for, and if you do, if you're just going to mix from home, you can pay your £15 a month, whatever it is, and you never own your music, but who cares? Because you're never going to go anywhere.
Just think about it. It's like Spotify for the DJs, and there's DJ software out there that used to have Spotify. Some still do, I guess. But I don't know. But I think they do.
Basically,
you could use Spotify's library and then DJ through that app or software. But that's the same process. You'll never own them, but you basically, in essence, you have got all the tracks there ever is. There's no reason why you can't get them. You just need to search for them. They're yours. You stream them. If you're at home or you're streaming online, great. You're legally allowed to do that because you've paid the license to use them. As long as you're probably using Mixcloud, as far as I know, Mixcloud is the only legal way to actually stream online. But if you're going to go out on the road as a working DJ to a club, then that's the issue. You have no library. Your library, you've got to be able to have the internet stream and have a reliable internet to do that.
Yeah.
That's not going to be feasible. So it's a difference between those home DJs and those that are pro out there working DJs that need to have that copy. And also to be backed up as well, because we know a DJ who lost everything.
Yeah.
Didn't have a backup.
Yes. Just a little while ago, yeah.
I mean, I literally... So on my one, Zip DJ, they're really good because I can go into my download history. I don't know if you can do this on yours. Say I lost everything, I can literally just go in and I can go, right, I've lost 500 tunes. Bosh, I'll just download them all. Simple as that. So that is another luxury.
However, some of these sites, to be fair, if you're thinking, great, okay, if you're not a DJ and you want to go in and use them, you have to prove that you're a working DJ. I mean, it's difficult in these lockdown / pandemic times.
Yeah. But DJing in your kitchen is not a DJ. No. I will just establish that. Unless you're Fatboy Slim and he can pull it off, but that's different.
I think he takes it to the next level. He probably well picks some tunes out, but I bet you those tunes get sent to him as well. Anyway, plus he makes his own, which does help. You know, if you make some bangers yourself. But if you're a DJ from home and you have got no creditable online presence of being a DJ, because I suppose that's as much as you can have right now in terms of if you're in a bar or a club or you're a resident, you can prove that, you can go and find that, and they'll probably accept that you're a DJ. If you're a streaming DJ now, say you stream and you've got a decent following or some credibility behind you, then that's probably the criteria they would accept now. But if you've got no followers and you're in the kitchen and you're mashing a couple of tunes together, then probably you wouldn't necessarily get into these. Some of them you don't need to be a DJ at all, which is weird because they say you just go in, log your details, and they take your money. But the proper ones that have the quality mixes that
Zip DJ, I had to go through a vetting process. I had to prove basically that I'd done radio or I'd done clubs or whatever the case, how long I've been DJing, what type of music I play, what type of music would I potentially be downloading. There was a whole criteria I had to meet, and you don't get an answer straight away. It takes 24, 48 hours. They do go back and properly look at it.
They can check your social media. They can check your social media. If you got like links or stuff that's DJ related, 10, 15 years or the last 3 or 4 years even, then they think, okay, you are a DJ. Doesn't matter what level of DJ, you're a DJ. And if they see nothing there and you've got a controller and you say you do a bit of streaming, and it's like, well, where do you stream? How many followers you got? And they can't find you, then you probably won't necessarily get those.
But I think all these sites should be like that. I think if you're not, I think it's a bit saying that's a bit unfair, really, isn't it? Because you've got DJs that are just starting out and and things like that. Where would they get their music from? But I do think you should be vetted to make sure you're not Mickey Mouse from Disneyland sort of thing.
You say like the new DJs just starting out. I mean, like back in the days, like you're a new DJ just starting out. You had to go like you go down and get you get your single track. You go down and you go somewhere, whatever. You download a few tracks. You build it. You slowly build it that way, and then as you're building it, you're creating yourself a portfolio.
No. But what I'm saying is in order to prove you're a DJ, if you're just starting out, just starting to learn, how can you prove you're a DJ if you've never played anywhere?
I suppose you've got your brand new decks. You have never downloaded a tune. You don't own any tunes or anything you can play that you want to play. That's dance music, for example, house, deep house, whatever. That's the genre you want to play, and you got zero to start. Where are you going to go get them? So you can go to the normal places where you normally go. You can go to, you can stream, as we mentioned before. You can go to iTunes. You can buy most of these and download them at cost per item. On a serious note, a lot of the DJ pools don't have a full preview of the track because of people. Put it this way, anyone who has a record software, like Audacity, which is free on the internet, and you have a mixer or a way of recording, somebody plays a track, you can record it. Not going to be the best quality, but you can record it. So a lot of the DJ pools, even though you're in the pool itself, some of them don't even allow you to get in through the door until you've gone through the checks or you paid your money to actually see what tracks they've got. You do not know what tracks they've got. You can read reviews and stuff, but to specifically say, have I got the track I'm looking for, the genres I'm looking for, you don't know, because once you're in there, you paid and you can just download. But some of them don't even allow you to have a full preview of the music.
Until you're in.
Zip DJ, you get about half a minute. But that half a minute would not necessarily be the same for every track. So you might get half a minute at the beginning of the tune, or then you might get the next track might be half a minute, a quarter of the way through the tune, and it just varies.
The pool I'm in allows me to have the full length, which I think is ideal, because some tracks I've got at the beginning go, no, not it, and then sometimes well maybe go back and just listen to a little bit more. I wasn't quite there, and then it's like, there's a big dirty drop there. I'm having that, and I'd have missed that bit, or they hadn't put that bit. So I would say a full list, full preview is ideal, but I can understand why they don't do that. But if you paid to get in through into the pool, then there's no reason
you should be able to listen to the whole thing.
Saying that though, to be fair, download, listen to it, don't like it, bin it, because it's not going to cost you anything, is it? So yeah.
No, I mean that is one of the luxuries, isn't it? Like, if I downloaded some tracks and I thought they were good because the parts they allowed you to listen to, that was good, but then the rest of it was pretty rubbish. So you download it, you listen to it, and I don't like that, and you do just delete it.
I suppose it's like the trailer for a film. Sometimes the trailers don't give you an idea how good the actual film is, even though that's their job to do that. Sometimes the trailer is the film. That's all you get. There's nothing else to the film. You've seen the best bits already.
And that is very frustrating. That is one of the downsides, not to being able to hear the whole track, unfortunately. I do think, if you're, like you say, if you're in there already, you paid your money, you should be able to listen to the whole thing. Because it's not like it takes up any more server space, is it? Because the whole track's there anyway. I mean, so what are you going to be doing, Wongy, in regards to a DJ pool? How are you going to go about finding the right one for you? Because I was a member of 3 before I ended up with Zip DJ.
Right. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll have to. I'll have to trail through a little bit and see, what reviews, what's better for me, really.
Well, I'll tell you this, at the moment, as we speak, Digital DJ, I think it is, they have a £5, and it's just a £5 to take you to the end of the year. I think it is for the whole rest of the year, £5.
Right.
They they will. I found that there is stuff in there that I would like and I've used and downloaded, and perhaps not as much as the one I'm currently in, which is Mass Pool or Zip DJ by a long shot. But for a £5, well, yeah, you'll get your money's worth.
Well, you've only got to download 5 tracks, and you got your money's worth, haven't
you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was I got an email as a pandemic special or something like that.
Yeah, it's just
weird, isn't it? They're using a pandemic. Be bored.
With Big Port, I mean, it's like you say, I can run it straight through the Prime, so it maybe go down. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
I wouldn't do that.
No,
because you're basically throwing money away.
Money, yeah. Because I mean, with DJ Pool, yeah, it's very attractive. Of what you get is you can't value for money, can you? You can't better it.
Yeah, the one I've got is about $25. So what's that? About £19 something.
Yeah.
They're in that ballpark. You're talking 20, 25 quid, 30, 35, and obviously I think the dearest one I know of is the one Envy's got, but it seems to be more bar and club and pro level. This one just seems to be shifted to more the pro level. But yeah, you're talking basically 15, 20 quid to 50 quid, which is not a lot. But if you're downloading, consuming a lot of tracks for if you're doing different types of things, and they're yours.
I download once a week, and I take about 60 tracks a week.
Right.
It's a pound. That's a pound. It's a pound a tune, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. And you got your money's worth within the first week.
Yeah.
You know. So
hands up. I went on the most I've ever downloaded in one go was 1,300 tunes.
Yeah, I tell you what, Zip DJ are very clever though, because what they do, you can only download so many tunes at any one time. So depending on the length of your tunes, the file sizes and everything, I think the average you can download is between 20 and 30 tracks. Right. And then you have to download them, and then you have to go back in and start again.
They're doing in batches.
Yes, you can't just go on there and select 1,000 tracks and download them. It won't let you, which is a right pain in the bum.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to build your collection, that is really frustrating. But on the other hand, it stops you overwhelming yourself with so much music you'd never get through it.
Yeah.
It depends if you want to. If you just go on your current stuff in the genres, I'm obviously like non-genre uplifting house, which, you know, there's a category there for you for that. Imagine going, I can't find the category that I need. Where is it? It's not trance. It's not house. It's not uplifting. No, I want uplifting, house, downlifting, house, whatever it is. Anyway,
calm down.
You pick your genre, and to be fair, across them they categorize different tunes differently. That's what I found. Is that it might be a deep house, but then they put it in commercial as well, or they put it in commercial. And it should be deep, and it doesn't correlate to how I would categorize them. So what I do is I go in and look like some electro tunes, and they don't even go in electro house. They just is house. Some have an electro house section, but you have to kind of go across all the different genres to kind of say, well, they're the ones that I need. That's the genres I'm going to play on my next set or whatever, and scoop them up that way.
The Zip DJ, I know I've been banging on about Zip, but it is good. And you've got to be very careful if you don't read what's on there. So they have a section for electro, and I'll be honest, I made this mistake, and they've got electro house. I went into the electro thinking, not reading it properly, and that was just old school electro from back in the 80s.
Oh, right.
You know, like
electro,
that.
Yeah, like electro pop and that.
Yeah. So, like they literally cover every sort of type of music you can think of, but you have got to read what you're clicking on because they cover so much. It's, you know, if you don't read it properly, you end up in the wrong section completely.
Right.
So for someone starting out on DJ pools, Mr. Wongy, just do your research before you end up in one that's overcomplicated if you've never used them before.
I would say if you've built a music library up to date and you're just looking for another alternative DJ pool, then you're only needing just to top up the couple. It depends how many genres you play. I mean, if you want to play several genres, then you're gonna have to keep them all topped up. If you're just like one or two genres, then you can only really absorb off the good tracks that have been released. So there's 200 tracks released in trance, for example, which is there's not a lot of trance being released compared to the house, for example. Then you have got of those 200, and just your selection out of that, you might take 20 tunes. So it's just 20 tunes a week.
Yeah, I'm swaying towards some EDM. I want to try some EDM.
Again, if you want to go different genres and have a lot of them, it depends obviously how big their back catalogue is. If you want to go back to do some old school disco, if you said, right, okay, I just want to do almost a different genre every week because, you're streaming and you want to get a little bit more interested rather than keep stale, I think, well, some of them have that. Some of them have a massive back catalogue. So the unlimited side of it, you can just get swallowed in terms of being greedy and say, I'll take all these. But are you realistically going to play? Because I downloaded those 1,300 tunes, and it's just basically, it was like a batch of stuff. And I went, yeah, I'll take that. I didn't even listen to it.
Another thing I want to try some of the psytrance from 2013, 2014, 2012 to 2014 psytrance. I fancy some of that too.
But that's the whole point. Is if you go in there with a specific, I'm going to put a trance set together. However you wish to do it. That's the set I'm going to put together. You have a picture in your mind of how it should sound. So therefore, you pick those tunes out, and you're almost putting your set together by the tunes you download. Yeah. What I find is that some tunes are so banging anyway, they don't fit the set, but I want that anyway because that's a wicked tune. You get sidetracked. You get sidetracked quite easily. But if you go with the view that the filter is, I'm going to put a set together rather than just I'm going to download a load of tunes and see what comes out of it. I'm going to do a deep house, do a trance or uplifting non-genre stuff. Then obviously that's the set you put together. Yeah. Well, if you did that on a serious note, if you're going to do like multi-genre, then you need to pick the multi-genre. You still have an idea in your mind how it's going to go. Well, it's going to start 125 BPM and finish it 135 BPM with hard house
or 150.
Got a notification.
I've got one notification as well.
Twitch.
Yeah. Insomniac just gone live. Yeah.
The thing is, though, if you're going to go on and download your music, only download one genre at a time.
Yeah.
No. Don't go in there and
you get on.
I don't mean it's just to go in and just go like, is it everything that I want?
If you're going to go in and download drum and bass, just on that day or for that section, download drum and bass, and then once you've downloaded that batch,
put them in a file.
Categorize it properly before you start downloading more. Because what you'll find, you'll be overwhelmed with, 200-300 tracks. And before you know it, you're in a mess.
Listen to them.
Yeah, no. It's just my idea is like I'm going to have like one specific thing. I'm going to download it like that one filter, and I'll have 4 or 5 folders. So it'll be because you're going to get a wide variety of that genre, aren't you? You're going to get the slow, the fast, the hard, the soft, like.
Yeah.
My folder will be like a Saturday night. You got the Saturday night. You got the Saturday warm ups. You got your Sunday chills. But I'm multi-genre. I'm multi-genre. Genre.
Just say John with an R. Genre, and you get it. John.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Barbara.
Yeah.
I mean, so go on, mate. What did you say?
I was just going to make another joke, but I won't.
So, what DJ pool are you going to go with then?
I don't know yet.
Well, you need to decide because time's running out, mate.
Well, I'll get there when I get there. I'll rush.
Oh no, T, you know what this is going to be, didn't you?
It's going to be 5 months down the line. Yeah. It's going
to be another prime decision, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a build up, isn't it?
Or what he does, he's a bit of a gigolo, and I go, I'll have a little dabble in that one. I'll have a little dabble on that one.
See, what I do, then when the next one comes along, I'll wait till I start dangling a few things in. Oh yeah, really? Oh.
Who was? Which one of you two basically said that you're waiting for the next best thing? That's the one you're going to go for. The next best thing.
It was him.
I didn't.
When you were talking about controllers at one time, you turned around and says, "What one do you want to get?" I want to get the next best thing. The next one out is the best one. That's the one I'm going to get. That hasn't been announced yet. So the next DJ pool that hasn't come into existence yet.
What?
That is the one. That is the one you're going to go for.
You finished?
That's the best one. The best one. The best one in the world is the one that hasn't been created yet. That's the best one. That's the one you're going to go for.
I bet. Do you know what though? The thing is, you say that, but the next one that does come out tends to be better than the last, doesn't it?
Is it false?
Oh yes.
So things don't evolve. We've established this.
Evolution. up the revolution.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say it's built upon. If you're going to do anything, then you look at those who have been pioneers in front of you, and you try and pick the best practice from them all, don't you? You might want to do something unique yourself, but you build upon obviously the shoulders of other giants, don't you? That's the way that man evolves.
That sounds a little bit familiar.
Yeah, Oasis. Standing on the shoulder of giants.
So anyway,
that ain't what I was on about, but yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna learn the music I have at the moment, and then think about going into a DJ pool or something.
I think you should sort of step more down the electro route more than the EDM route.
See, I want to play uplifting house as well. I like uplifting. I know.
You find you go to any of the DJ pools, and obviously the very first one it says uplifting house. If you want that, I totally understand. I'm taking the mic. I totally understand. Basically, you want something that's uplifting. And that's how I do my sets. I don't want to be sort of down. Even when I'm playing sort of the more chilled stuff, I still want it to be emotionally uplifting or emotionally involved, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It has progression.
Well, I would say even progression. I just basically, it just gives you a good feeling, which is, uplift the soul. It wells the soul in terms of emotion. If I'm playing and I want to rock a dance floor, I just want to hit banger after banger after banger. Yeah. And that is, you're hitting them hard. That is uplifting. If you're doing a more of a chill kind of session, you still want, like you enjoyed the set I did the other night. It's sort of like just takes you on that little bit of a journey, and it's you feel better for it at the end. That's the idea. I try to portray across when I'm selecting the tunes, which starts from when I'm buying the tunes before I put them into a set. I would just say that the individual is that, and that you will find the one that suits you, and it probably will be the trial and error. To be fair. Like most things.
I think you should go with a £5 one though till the rest of the year. The what one was that? Digital DJ. Yeah, I was with them for a while, for about 4 days.
You got to get a free trial for £1, don't you?
Yeah, but if they're doing £5 till the end of the month, I would jump on that tomorrow, mate. I would just go on and buy it.
£5 to the end of the year.
To the end of the year. That gives you 3 months.
Sure yeah. I'm sure it was. Yeah. I mean, I did. I read it and I didn't read it fully. It was just £5 to the end of, and I'm sure it's at the end of the year, which is like basically nothing.
No.
Even if it's £5 a month, I mean
that's nothing.
That's they haven't got a huge amount on there. I'm not going to lie, but for £5, you'll get your money's worth. That's the thing. You will get your money's worth.
Yeah. You'll pick up some commercial stuff and some non-commercial stuff and some remixes, and they have their own intros and special intros and outros. They even do stuff for like DJs who go, from going from 120 BPM to 100 BPM. They bring the beats down so you can match it and up again. There's also those kind of DJ tools. Okay, Thank you for listening to the Dance Party 247 podcast. I've been the DJ T, the DJ Wongi, and the DJ Envy. If you're on YouTube, do the like. Leave a comment below if you want to subscribe. If you haven't followed us before and want notification of when the next video goes out, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell. Follow us if you're on Mixcloud, and we'll see you next time. Ta-da. Mr. Mike Brewer again. Hold out your hand.
Shall I end it?